Dead Scared Entertainment takes pleasure in presenting Verda Darano, a journey into the phantasmagoric lands of folklore, literature, theater, and film. In the centuries-old tradition of the Romani people, we bring to you stories of superstition, fantasy, and adventure. There's no turning back. The Verda approaches.
Latchi Ratyi Miro Amal. Good evening, friend. I'm Mesmakalai. It's no lie when people say the phrase, they don't make 'em like they used to. There was a sense of quality, of pride, some may even say a spirit, in things. Centuries, even decades ago, I remember a time when folks lived by their trade and the traditions that they kept, as well as the superstitions. This Halloween Miro Amal, we take a step back in time to hear tales of the past told by the bright future of tradition. Who am I referring to? Why, it's our good pals Veronika and Alex from the United Kingdom. These two, in the ageless fashion of the Roma people, are entertainers on that thing you call an app, TikTok, as well as other social medias. Hours of laughter can be found from them, but not tonight. From spirits and figures to demons and vampires, the old world still keeps its shadows reserved for evil to reside in, waiting for the unwary passerby and the trance to strike. Make no mistake, the mysterious moors and the quiet villages, still blanketed by the timeless fog that cloaks the entities of malice that stalk the night. Believe the folktales. Lock your doors and windows. Hide as if your life depended on it. Because tonight, on the night of All Hallows Eve, immortal creatures stalk the earth, and they are looking for you.
Latchi Ratyi Dead Scare Entertainment, thank you once again for tuning in with us. I cannot believe that the spooky season is almost towards an end, but I wanted to make sure that we finished this season with a bang. And when I say that I have a bang with us, I really mean business, folks, because I have with us today, all the way from across the pond. We went all the way across the pond. I have with me Veronika and Alex, TikTokers, comedians, actors. These two are unbelievable. If you have not seen their social media content, what are you doing? Truly.
Hi.
How are you both doing? You doing good?
We're fine. We're fine. How are you?
Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. So I'm so glad that we finally had a chance to have this conversation. This has been months in the making, and hey, this is the perfect season, to talk about some spooky stuff. Because I know you two are horror fans on top of this.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
So we'll get into the nitty gritty on that in a little bit. But let's start from the beginning in this case. I'd like to hear from both of you. Give me some background. Where did you both grow up? Where were you born? And what was life like? Up until this point. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
So my name is Alexandru Ion. I'm 31 years old. My background is from Romania. I'm Gypsy nationality. I've been raised in Bucharest, Romania. Since then, it was fine. I didn't have any racial things or something like this, like going to school.
Did you know?
No.
Okay.
Wow, that's a first.
So because I grew up in Romania, in Bucharest, in the
Piers,
capital.
you know what it
so
is? Like Romania is like 80% of people are Romani origin.
Yeah.
So that's why there's like not much of like racism going around.
There is racism, but if you go in the village and stuff like this, but if you are raised since you are small in Bucharest and you know the kids and everything, there's nothing happening. But you get picked on. You understand? Raising up and going to school, any kid is going to get picked up.
Of course.
So me and my family moved to Portugal in 2006. We stayed in Guimarães for 2 years. After that, in 2008, we moved to UK, and since then we are here. That's a little story about me.
Okay, so my name is Veronika. I was born in the Czech Republic in a little town called Přerov, but we immigrated to the UK when I was about 3 years old. So since then we have been living here. But we went back to the Czech Republic when I was about 10 or 11, I'm not sure exactly. And I did go to school there for 1 year. And the racism was over the top.
That's what I heard as well.
Over the top. I'm telling you, Czech Republic is one of the most racist countries on earth.
Wow.
Yeah. So my dad couldn't find any work. It was very hard there. So like he made the decision to go back to the UK, and we've been here since. And like he found work. So yeah, we've been living good since we were back here in like UK. But when we was in the Czech Republic, it was horrible. It was horrible. Like I used to get into fights every single day at school. Even though my brother is like white with blue eyes. Like you wouldn't be able to say that he's a gypsy, but he still was picked on because of me, because they knew that he is my brother. So yeah, that's a little So we've been here.
I wasn't in Romania. I didn't get the racism, but in Portugal I used to get racism. I used to get into fights all the time with the students there.
So yeah, we've been living in the UK ever since, and in the UK is different actually, to be honest, because I don't know. Growing up, I didn't really have any trouble. Like it was all good, I did have like a couple of fights here and there, but it was mainly when like new people, like Romani people, like started in my school. And then obviously, when you see like Romani people, you go up to them, you start being friends with them. And that's when I like started being bullied because of that. But when I was like alone, when I was around English people, I didn't get bullied. Because they didn't know that I'm a gypsy. So, yeah.
Wow. That's something. No, I mean, we all experienced it, because I'll say like in America, the one thing with Americans, kind of similar to like you're saying with the UK, where it's like when you're just by like, just like you're, just average people, it's perfectly fine. But then suddenly once you start either speaking the language or like if you're just like, you're known to be like congregating, then it becomes a something.
But Piers, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I don't know if I'm going to sound a bit, niche now, but I just wanted to say, like, not many Romani gypsies or gypsies in general, how can I say it? They make us look bad.
Yeah, but it's in every country like
that. But they do. They make us look bad. And then they put everybody in the same,
If you think about it, even Irish gypsies, they make look bad British people. So it's the same thing in every country.
Yeah, but not all of us are the same. Not all of us are the same. You can't paint like everybody with the same brush. You can't do that. But because a lot of us are just decent people.
To be honest with you, the first thing that I seen like what's the name, racial thingy, like extreme, was when we started social media.
Yeah.
The extreme.
Of course.
Yeah.
So since I was small, I didn't get any racial things, but now.
Okay, but who does it come from? Who does it come from?
Mostly from our own gypsies.
Mostly from our community.
Mostly.
Yeah. 100%. Same with us.
What I don't understand is if you see somebody going famous on
they don't like you.
Social media,
they don't like you. They hate on that. They don't like it.
Try yourself, see how hard it is, and after that, talk.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Because with us, we don't just put like, because obviously we have a family, we have 2 kids. He's working. I got like stuff to do as well.
Of course.
We still find the time to make it work. And it's we put money into it. We put money into our videos because you need to buy
Yeah.
like dress ups, all the wigs and stuff like this. You know, it's people think it's easy, but it's not. It's not.
Why did you start making these videos? Like, what inspired you to say, let's make some TikTok videos?
Because
COVID.
gypsies are fucking funny as well. They are funny.
Basically,
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
We were in COVID.
Yeah.
COVID started and we couldn't. Basically, me and her, we was bored.
Yeah.
So I was begging her, let's do TikTok, let's do TikTok.
I didn't want to do it.
She didn't want to do it.
Wow.
One day I was at work and she started making some videos on her own, and I seen them like go viral, and I was like, this is the chance. We didn't do it to get popular. We didn't do it to make money out of it. We didn't do it to or stuff like. But it just
came.
Yeah.
It just came. And I always been like this, like when out of my group, when I was like when I was younger, and out of my group, I was always the funniest one, always. And everybody kept saying to me, "Oh, you should start YouTube, do something with this. You know, you're wasting your talent." So I started. I was like, "All right, let me just try." I was like, "Let me try."
Yeah.
I didn't know, but my first video went super viral.
That's crazy.
And if you look at the first videos, they're like real life happenings in like gypsy families.
And we're funny. Gypsies are fucking funny. The world
Completely
needs to see it.
judge us.
Yeah.
Real life things.
The world needs
But
to see
we
it.
tried to do that, and after that we stopped doing that because we used to get so much hate.
Yeah.
Why are you showing Gadje? What we doing? Why are you showing this? Why are you showing that?
Yeah.
We stopped doing that because we didn't want to get the hate.
But people message me because, like, this content that I've been doing lately is not gypsy related, but people message me when is the gypsy content coming back, you know. And Gadje love it. They
Don't
love
get
it.
me wrong, we can
They
do
do.
gypsy content every day, but there are some of them. 20% of all the gypsies that they watch us, they are like, they take it serious. They take it
20%.
personal.
Why are you saying 20%?
20?
80.
80%. They take it serious. You know, they don't know it's like funny. They don't know it's like for joke, for laughs and stuff. They take
Because
it
it's the
serious.
mindset, Piers. It's the mindset. They grew up like this. The mindset, you know. That I don't want to be rude, but
So that's
the
why
IQ is not very high. You understand?
we're
this?
supposed to have
I understand. Yeah.
we're supposed to have now maybe 150,000 followers or 200,000 followers.
Well, because I
But
stopped doing that. Yeah,
she blocks like maybe 200-300 people a day.
I do. Yeah.
And because you both grew up to some extent outside of the UK, what was like in like a smaller village or a smaller town compared to what it is to be like in a bigger city like the UK? How was that experience like?
You go first.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know, because you know, like the city where I come from, it's very small. Everybody knows each other, you know, and then you move to a big. But we did move quite a lot in the UK. Like we started out living in Kent, and then we went to Newcastle. So we did move a lot in the UK, and then Coventry is like where we actually stayed. To be honest, like we didn't move from here. So I don't know. I can't really say because I moved a lot. That's the problem. I moved a lot around the country.
Basically, what she's trying to say, she's been raised up in UK. She didn't raise up in like Czech Republic.
I've moved.
Gotcha.
I've moved a lot. Yeah, I moved a lot. So I don't know. I didn't really like see a difference, to be honest.
With me, it's a
Interesting.
different story because my dad was a builder, so he was basically buying lands, building houses up. We had to stay out like in the village for like maybe 1 or 2 months until he finishes the houses, and after that moved back to Bucharest. So it's been going on like this for like maybe 15 years, but I wasn't even born that time when my dad was doing these things. So it was quite a useful thing for me because I see all the things that you can, what's the name? How can I say it? Evit, or how you say it?
What?
Like not to do it again. You understand when you grow up.
What do you mean?
Like basically not to build houses and move your kids from one side to another side. You understand?
So like moving around. All
Yeah,
the time,
basically all the time.
So you like staying in one place is better.
Yeah, because my dad was buying houses, was buying land.
Yeah, because you have to move schools and stuff like this. Yeah.
Making them ready to sell them. We used to stay in them for like 6-7 months. After that, sell them again and everything.
Yeah, but he was asking me what was it like moving from a small village to like a big.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Because we used to stay in the village as long as my dad was building the house.
Yeah.
You understand? So in the village is different because you see little kids naked and stuff like this everywhere, and there's no asphalt on the roads. You understand?
Yeah.
But to be honest, the life in the village is better than the city.
It is better. It is.
So what makes that better? So
Organic food.
Organic food. You see animals all the time. You go on the fields. You have better childhood, basically.
Yes, it's very different
than in the city.
I remember my granddad.
In the city, you just go to school, come back, play a bit, and that's it. In the village, you have so many things to do.
Yeah. I remember my granddad used to like, because my granddad was Slovakian. He's not with us anymore, but he used to bring like ducks and chickens, and then my nan used to kill them, and then we used to have that for dinner. But I don't know, the meat tasted different.
It is because it's organic.
It tasted different. Even vegetables tasted different.
My dad used to have cows, used to have pigs, used to have 900 pigeons. He was a farm raiser.
Wow.
At some point, so you can't say he was like a normal village guy that he was raising animals.
And gypsies are very big on their food, aren't they?
When you have like
completely.
Yeah.
Completely. This, and even with how you prepare it, you can't have this touch this can't be this way. You got to cover things up.
Yeah.
I know how it is.
And we prefer organic food, don't we?
And to be honest with you, we're trying to get a house in the village at the moment, a land in the village so we can build a house, not in Bucharest, because Bucharest is very busy and is expensive.
I wouldn't want to live there. Village life is better.
Like all my friends at the moment, they're moving from Bucharest to the village.
Yeah. That's our goal anyway. That's our goal.
So I always ask this question, and I know in Europe, I've kind of gotten this consensus, but like out here in America, Halloween is gigantic. It's at a point where I give it another like 5 to 10 years, it's going to be bigger than Christmas. That's how much people love Halloween here.
I know in America.
Yeah. So around the fall time, do you guys have growing up, did you have any like particular favorite fall memories, or if you did celebrate Halloween, what was that like for you? Or like what's the European experience of the fall time?
Czechs don't really celebrate Halloween. Do you know what it is? In October we celebrate the dead. It's not about Halloween. So it's
Tell me about that.
So basically, I think it's on the 31st or the 30th. I'm not exactly sure, but we celebrate the dead. Same as I think Mexicans do it as well.
Yes, they do.
So yeah, it's not like when I was growing up, there was no such thing as Halloween. Like we didn't know what that was.
I didn't know about Halloween until I came to UK.
Yeah, until we came to the UK. Like I didn't know what that was. For us, the celebration in October was celebrating the dead. We go to
cemeteries.
Cemetery. We light a candle, or we sit by the gravestones. My dad used to drink, with his dad.
Give away like food. For other people, the neighbors and stuff.
Yeah, cigarettes, like smoking, like in the cemetery, like talking to his dad. It was never about Halloween. Like we believe that Halloween is like, I don't know,
a made up thing, basically.
Made up thing, and also it's more to do with the devil. I'm not sure I don't know. My mom used to always say this, like, why are you celebrating the devil? She always used to say this to me, but then I because obviously like she's an older woman and she doesn't understand like Halloween is mostly for kids and stuff like this.
Older generation, they don't celebrate.
Yeah, they don't. It was more like celebrating the dead. Basically.
We started celebrating Halloween since the kids are starting to knock on our door and give them candy.
But Halloween is not like when it's not since COVID hit in the UK. Halloween is not what it used to be before. Like
what was it like before?
It
Before
was big. Like,
but now
you used to get
people are scared to go outside.
you used to get so many kids knocking on doors, but now it's not the case now.
Especially because of the parents, they don't want them to get sick and stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's still going around here.
Also, like, there's horrible people that put, like, instead of giving you candy, they give you
put,
like drugs and stuff like this.
Leave the drugs.
They really did it. Wow.
Put the needles inside the
They
candy
do.
and stuff.
They do.
Huh. See, that's like the funny thing is we've like a joke that we have here in America is drugs are expensive. Why waste it on the kids?
Yeah,
but
apparently they don't care.
In these countries, is a normal thing for them to do this.
It is, yeah.
Wow, that's goofy.
You see them all the time
Sad.
on the streets.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm gonna say about this.
I see what you mean. No, believe me, there's certain cities that I've been to here, like in America, where it could be 9 o'clock in the morning. It could be right now, and you know what? They're not worried about getting a cup of coffee. Nah, they're shooting up in the corner, like truly.
Their thing.
Yeah, it's true.
Normal routine. It's a routine for them.
It's true. It's
Way of
true.
life.
But to kind of go back into the sort of like the fall season, like the end of October, do you guys have a name for that day in particular? What, like how you celebrate or the celebration of the dead?
Day of the Dead.
Okay, so that's how you would refer to
Yeah.
that. Is there like a specific way you would say it in either Romanian or in Slovakian?
Ziua
Or
morților is the day of the dead.
We say dušičky. That's in Czech.
got you. So that brings up another question. Did you speak more of the national language growing up or more Romanes growing up?
National, definitely. But my mom speaks mainly Gypsy with like her kids. We have 3 siblings, and she mainly speaks Gypsy. But we always answer her in Czech. I don't know why, but
In my family growing up, like we never spoke Gypsy till like 2006. Until my grandma came to our house and she was speaking Gypsy every single minute. So then I learned Gypsy as well.
That's good. Yeah, it's very much
Growing up in Bucharest, my mom and my dad didn't want to teach us like Gypsy so we don't get in trouble. That's why I didn't get like trouble.
Smart.
So after that, when my grandma used to come and she was shouting at my mom, "Why you don't teach them Gypsy? Why you don't teach them?" And she teach us Gypsy.
Yeah. See, this is what they teach us here. In America, they'll, at least when, depending on the family, because a lot of the Roma here don't even speak it. Out of my generation, there's only one other person that speaks a little more than I do. I'm considered fluent, which by no means am I, but I could speak conversationally, and I do understand it though, like completely. I do understand it. But the one thing they did teach, like at least my grandparents and my parents taught us, was to speak certain like phrases and things, like God forbid you're ever in trouble, because the Gadje wouldn't understand that from that point. But outside of that, you can't hold conversations with many people, at all out here in Romanes, unless you're learning a completely different dialect. But that's a whole different story.
In UK, it's different because you can find every now and then some English guy that knows some word in Gypsy.
Well, that makes sense. There's a handful of words that.
Swear words, though.
Yeah, but I find a Nigerian guy speaking perfectly Gypsy.
Who?
Yeah? There was a Nigerian guy that used to work perfectly Gypsy.
Well, that's like that Kalorom. That's a whole nother. Do you know the funny thing is, like, I was talking with some of my cousins. They said, "Why don't you get him on your podcast?" And I'm like, because I don't even know if he's for real or not. Like I guess he just got sort of brought into the culture somehow.
He said that he grew up with
He grew up around
the Gypsy community. Yeah,
he was going to their houses, eating there, sleeping there sometimes, and everything. So he got him into this thing.
Yeah,
got you. That's great. That's
great.
great.
A few times.
Yeah.
That's hip. That's so cool. Well, that's the thing. Like I used to watch all his content too, all the time. Rolling. He's hilarious in his own way too. But I'm so glad though that you guys told me about like how you celebrate in comparison to like how America celebrates the end of October, because it's certain cultures do practice the same thing. Like you said, like Mexicans, like the Day of the Dead. But then the majority of everybody else is, the Halloween costumes, the Halloween parties, the drinking, like the going wild, essentially. what sort of sparked your interest in horror, your love for horror movies, and do you have a favorite? And what was one that scared you the most growing up, or that scares you even till today?
Movies? You mean like
Yeah, movies.
Movies?
Yeah.
Okay, so I watch horror movies because I like adrenaline.
Yeah.
So I usually like when you guys are upstairs in it, I turn on the lights off and I put like something really scary on, and I'm scared. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really scared, but I love that.
Yeah.
She does that. She does that. But every time I watch a movie with her, like a horror movie, she ends up sleeping like 15 minutes, and I have to finish the movie. So.
But when I come upstairs, I just run up the stairs in it, and then I get you to hold me all night because I'm fucking shitting myself. No, but I love the adrenaline. I do.
To me, nothing beats all horror movie like Jason and what's the name and Freddy Krueger and stuff like this. Nothing beats it. Any new movie, nothing beats that for me.
I don't know. I don't find that scary.
Well, you don't find that scary now, but in the 90s or in the 2000s, when you watch that movie, you're gonna shit yourself.
Nah,
Yes.
I don't find that scary. Do you know what I find scary? I find scary like demons and stuff like this.
Oh yeah.
So the Conjuring movies,
Yeah,
favorite.
but in
That's my favorite.
the 2000s or 90s, there was no movies like that
I
Yeah,
know it wasn't.
it's true.
But,
because they didn't have the quality and stuff like this.
but for me, it's more like movies based on true, like that
Yeah.
actually happened. That's what
Yeah.
that's what scares the shit out of me. Like if I watch Freddy, I'm
Well,
gonna laugh.
Now, but to me, growing up, that was the scariest movie ever. It was funny, it was action, it was horror, it was everything, basically.
Yeah.
What's that movie? You know when they cut the guy's head off and then he grows another one. What is that?
There's so many movies like that. I don't
No,
know.
but what movie is that? He's like on a bus and they cut his head off and then he grows another one.
No. What do you mean, Jeepers Creepers?
Yeah, Jeepers Creepers. Yeah.
There you go.
That's a horror one as well.
That was so funny to me though.
I know it is funny now watching it, but in the times that they were made, it was something
It was
else.
scary to people.
Oh, completely.
Yeah.
Yeah, even growing up and watching these things too, because I'm 28, so I'm not too far off from the both of you in this case. So like I grew up watching like those things from like the 70s and 80s, and as a kid, completely scared shitless. Now I watch them like if I'm bored, I don't got nothing to do, I'll put it on and I'll just sit back and I'm like, that was a good effect, or like, hey, that was a pretty good this. Yeah. That's what I love, But then for me, just like you said about The Conjuring, I remember going to see that in the theaters with all of my boys. So we all got together and we were like, 15, 16 at the time. We snuck in, like, because here you got to be 17 to see rated R movies. So we snuck into the theater. We got in, and sure enough, we watched that. All the boys were like, yeah, it was cool. Everything was fine. It wasn't that scary. Then about maybe 3 o'clock in the morning, I get a call from my boy. And he's like, hey, are you up? I'm like, yeah. He's like, I can't sleep. I said, I can't either. He said, yeah. So I was like, do you want to say a prayer together?
Nah, but those movies are scary. They are.
Yeah. And they're getting crazier and crazier
I think
as the years go on.
nothing is going to beat the Conjuring movies ever.
To
my opinion.
To be honest, for like 10 years now, there's no good horror movie for me.
Yeah, there's not one that, like I would really, really get scared. I'm trying to look for something that I'm like, I would get scared, but nah.
Yeah. It's honestly, it's because, and this is maybe, and you're probably going to agree with me, it's like they've come to such a point when creating horror films that they've done such crazy stuff, unbelievable things that we're so desensitized now, especially if you're a horror fan. It's like you're not getting that rush like you used to get as much.
You know what I mean to now? I'm not looking like watching like Hollywood movies at the moment. Don't watch Hollywood movies. If you want to get scared and everything like this, go to Japanese or to Spanish movies.
Yeah, Spanish ones.
Those are the
Spanish
most horror ones.
Yeah.
So, name some titles of those movies actually, because I would love to check them out.
My head now, but I think the key.
One is called Veronika.
One is called Veronika.
Oh, that was a good one. I watched that one. I seen that one.
So if you want to go to horror movies, number one is Spanish. Number two is Syria, like the seasons. More episodes. episodes they do in Japanese.
Oh,
So like Japanese like television shows or like miniseries.
Yeah, miniseries like the ones that is like 40
they
minutes
are
or something like
scary,
this, yeah.
aren't they? They are scary. Yeah, the
It's not
Japanese
the
ones.
best quality, but if you put in your mind that the story is like
Yeah,
it takes you somewhere else.
It does, yeah.
definitely.
Because
Well, if you ever,
in them movies like the Spanish one and the Japanese ones, yeah, they even kill a baby. They don't care about it just to make you scared. But in the Hollywood ones, they rarely do it.
Yeah.
yeah,
'Cause I think you know what it is. Most because people are becoming too sensitive, man.
It is
That's
Yeah.
why it's like that.
mostly
Yeah.
now. I'm not into horror at the moment. To be honest, I'm into anime. So
I see what you mean. Yeah, that's like my thing too. It's like I switch between. I'm only usually watching two things. I'm either watching horror movies or I'm watching cartoons.
Yeah.
You're never gonna catch me like watch like a romantic comedy or something like that. Or I'll watch like the most I do action wise is I'll watch like a James Bond movie. You know, like spy films. I like those. Those are good.
honestly, I never watched one. It's too boring for me. James
Wow.
Bond movies. I don't know why. I don't know why.
To me, it's like, hey, cool cars and gadgets and women. I'm all
Oh,
for
if you're
it.
into that, yeah.
Yeah, that's my thing. So yeah, or gangster movies too. I watch a lot of
I
gangster
like
movies.
that. I like that. I like that.
This is such a corny question, but I gotta ask it just because, like, a lot of the Roma here also are getting into Peaky Blinders now because they all realize that it's supposedly Roma, like Irish gypsies in this case. But from the UK's perspective, what do you guys have you seen the show, or like, do you have any thoughts about it?
I've
Or
never seen it, but I know it's good.
I
because
know
some
it's.
people
I
have said-
like. Yeah.
Some friends of mine said to
I've
me.
never watched it as well. I've never watched that.
But to be honest with you, I seen all of it on TikTok, and I have
Peaky
something
Blinders.
here. So
yeah,
Yeah, but I think they are. They're travelers, aren't they?
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, there's a couple words they'll say here and there that you'll understand, but for the most part, it's very much a whole different dialect than what we
I
talk.
spoke
for the
with
most
Irish
part.
gypsies here, and I don't understand one word what they say in gypsy.
See what I mean? Yeah,
One
it's
word,
tough.
not even one word. Because
Wow.
they're talking so fast and everything.
They do.
Yeah, that you can't understand. And rarely you see an Irish traveler that speaks in gypsy. Rarely.
Wow. It's a whole nother language then.
Oh, they
Wow,
have a
that's
different
something.
dialect than us. They have a totally different one.
Wow. So I will say, just for the sake of like, if we just want to watch like some like badass show, you know, fight scenes, gunfights, and some of it's actually really funny too. I recommend, just if you're ever bored, you know, watch a couple and you've basically seen the whole show. There's some good plot twists too, like if you want to really get into it. And I know they're making a movie soon, so that's going to be a big thing, at least.
So if they're making
Like-
a movie, I'll definitely watch it. But
Oh yeah,
how
there's-
many episodes is it? Like 50 episodes or something like this?
It's like, I know there's 5 seasons. Yeah, there's 5 seasons, and
Altogether, I
there.
feel it's like 50, 60 episodes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, about 60 episodes.
Yeah,
About a
so that's why
60.
if I get into if I get into watching something like this, yeah, I need
Yeah.
to take off like all my time afternoon. So,
I know how that
because
goes.
I'm the type of person that if I like something and if I watch that and I liked it, yeah, I have
Yeah.
to finish it in like a few days.
You binge watch it, innit?
So-
Yeah, definitely. No, I'm the same way too. That's what I'm doing with the show What We Do in the Shadows. If you like vampires and you like you want to watch something funny, watch. It's called What We Do in the Shadows. It is such a funny show, unbelievably funny show. One of the characters is Rom. She doesn't really talk much about it, but she like her character thing is that she's Rom. But it's hilarious. It's about these 3 vampires that live in New York City, basically, and just how they're trying to like live like a normal life, but yet still be vampires. Unbelievably funny, I'd say. But that's one.
Vampires to me, it makes no
Yeah.
sense.
Well, they actually found the vampire.
I
in the
know,
train property. Come on. Come on, they
Besides,
did.
even in Romania, besides Blade 1, Blade 2, and Van Helsing.
Yeah, but
That's it.
vampires were real back then. They
I know.
were. It's not made up.
I know, but movies with vampires at the
They
moment.
found one in Prague, I think, under a church. They actually found a vampire.
Got you. So tell me. So that's what you know about it. Do you know anything else about that? Because this is the first time we're hearing about true vampires on this podcast.
Romania
In
is popular for
Romania,
vampires.
if
Oh, yeah.
somebody dies, yeah, and
Yeah.
a cat passes through, like underneath the coffin when he's in the house, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
In Romania, if somebody dies, they bring him to the house, they cry for him and stuff like this, yeah.
Yeah.
But if an animal passes underneath the coffin,
Yeah.
yeah, that means he's gonna turn into a vampire or either a ghost or something like this.
Oh, that's so cool. Can you do that
Yeah.
with me when I die?
And
You,
to check
you
this,
forced the cat to run.
the old people, what they do, yeah, old generation, to check this, that if something like this gonna happen, they put a piece of bread on the window and a glass of water. So basically,
Yeah.
they come next day and they check on it. If it's the same water that was in the cup, that means nothing is happened. If it's missing water from the cup, that means they need to go dig him out, see what they have. If something happened, if he's not turning to pale, yeah, that means you need to do how you say it,
What?
put a stick through his arm again.
Oh, you actually
Yeah.
serious?
Wow.
But this doesn't happen so often. So it happens maybe one time in like 5 years or something.
But
Like
can you do it with me though? Can you like
Yeah,
force?
yeah, yeah.
Can you
Okay.
force the
Yeah,
cat
yeah,
to
yeah.
go
Yeah.
underneath it? We got some cats in there. I want him to force them. No, imagine
This
though.
is crazy.
I'd love that.
So my grandpa, yeah,
Yeah.
was like singer to go to the weddings before. He was singing.
Yeah.
And he was like days that he wouldn't come home, like maybe 5-6 days, 1 week to make money. And there was one night that my grandpa said to me, there was one night that he came home, he locked the door, and after that somebody was like shouting at him outside.
Yeah.
He opened the door again and he was the neighbor. Even my skin is going like this. He see that was the neighbor, yeah? But you couldn't see, only his face you couldn't see because the what's the name? The fence was like enough to cover his body.
Yeah.
He go to it, he was asking him, what do you want at this time, blah, blah, blah. He go to him, he opened the gate. Guess what he did?
Yeah.
He had like, what's the name? All his face, the body and everything was normal, but the feet was like, how can I say it, man? Goat feet.
Huh?
So,
This is an actual thing that
no, that's
Yeah.
a demon, isn't it?
Roma have experienced that here too. We've had an older Romani woman say a very similar story about her and some of the other Roma women. A taxi driver came to pick them up to take them home after like a New Year's party, and she went to go look for something. Told her to go look at this taxi driver's feet, and it was hooves, goat hooves.
yeah.
So
But
Okay.
there's so many stories like this that I know. So many of them.
But these are demons, aren't they?
Yeah. There is
Yeah.
another thing in Romania, in the village, yeah, where I used to live. There was my uncle was coming home like late night, yeah,
yeah,
and he had a horse in his garden, and he forgot to put it in the how do you say it?
A stable.
In the stable. When he came from he was going to party and stuff, like when he came back, he seen the horse from the back, yeah. But
Yeah.
when he come to take the what's the name?
The what?
To pick him up, to pull him to the stable.
What, the one that you put on the horse? What?
Yeah, the hams, or how you say it, I don't know.
I don't know what it is.
Basically,
the rope.
Yeah,
the rope,
yeah.
and he
Yeah.
had no head.
What, the horse?
Yeah.
That's madness.
The horse had a goat head.
You know what happens?
Wow.
Do you know what happens to Alex when we got together the first time? My granddad used to scare the shit out of him.
Yeah, but first time
How?
when we slept in the same room, yeah, first time. So basically, she gone to sleep, and I wake up, I go and take some water, and I don't know what made me turn around. And when I turned around, he was facing the window. Yeah, in the window, I seen a shadow, an old man, blah blah blah, white hair, everything like this. Yeah, I didn't know who that is. And 2-3 days later, I say to her, Do you know if something happened in this house, blah, blah, blah. I seen an old man with white hair, not too tall, not too short, blah, blah, blah. And she said, that's my grandma. That's my grandpa.
Wow.
When I showed you the picture.
Yeah, I seen him in the picture, and I was like, "This is the guy that I've seen."
So wait, was he alive at this time or
No,
no?
he was dead.
Dead.
Yikes.
Yeah.
You know what happened to me the day before my granddad died? So I was in bed, like, because he was a musician. So I was in bed sleeping. We knew that he's in the hospital, that he's dying. My mom was in the Czech Republic with him. And then, so I was sleeping like normal, yeah? I knew, like, and I have a dream. He came to me in the dream. He started playing. He used to play violin. So he was playing, he was singing, and I thought nothing of it. I wake up in the morning. My dad comes into the room and he's like, "Granddad died." And I was like, "I know, because I seen him last night." So basically, he was with me all night.
Wow.
But
Yeah.
you know, things like this used to happen every day before, yeah. But now, in my grandma's words, I'm gonna say it now, yeah. Basically, the earth is too dirty. That's why you don't see these kind of things again.
Okay.
Because my grandma used to say to me, I used to see, what's the name, Shay? The small things here.
What small thing?
You know, with the hut.
Oh, the lucky things. I don't know what they're called, man.
Oh, leprechauns?
Yeah.
My grandma used to see leprechauns. She used to see demons. She used to see ships with a golden chain that people, they're gonna, follow the golden chain to pick it up and sell it and blah, blah, blah. And after that, they put you to a lake and they drown you.
Yeah.
Things like this. So if I tell you all the stories, you're gonna make a movie out of it.
Well, this is great. No, like
You know what's really popular in the Czech Republic? The sirens, but we call them rusalka.
Yeah.
So basically, if you go to the river like late at night, yeah, and especially men, they lure men into the river. That's very popular.
But that's rarely happening now, because people, they don't go to the sea at night.
Yeah.
But
what your grandma said is true.
Yeah.
The earth is dirty. It's true.
the
That's
things
why you
that is
don't see it
happening in
anymore.
Romania all the time, and if you ask Romanians, they're gonna say to you all the time this, yeah. There's a thing after 11 or 12 o'clock always happens in Romania to everybody basically. You hear like somebody's dragging a shovel.
all right.
So if you go to sleep and you hear like somebody's dragging a shovel, and after that, after a few minutes, you hear like a woman's voice in your head, do not answer that, because after that you're gonna either be deaf or it happened before.
I heard that as well
Yeah.
before. I heard that.
Now, so what causes that? What do they say is that, like, what is that? Like,
There was a lady that died, and she died before, was them her husband killed her with a shovel and stuff. I don't know the story behind it, but this is what I heard.
Oh no, she's torturing people
Yeah.
now, yeah.
And there's
Oh,
another
wow.
one in Romania.
She's still walking the earth.
Yeah.
She's
A friend of mine actually died to this. There's a lady that my friend was walking around, was walking in his house. He needed to pass what's the name, Chad?
Oh.
The train lines. He needed to pass the train lines.
The tracks.
Yeah. To get to his house. So late at
Yeah.
night he came and he was calling his other friend, saying that, oh, I see a bride, blah, 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 blah. Her dress is like stained and I don't know if I need to go and help her and stuff, yeah? The next day, they find his body torn in half.
Oh. That's in the Czech Republic as well.
wow.
Yeah.
Do you know what we have a saying in Czech Republic. So when you get married, yeah. So this was a long time ago. So my auntie, she got married and she cut herself, and there was blood on her dress, and everybody kept saying to her, I don't know why they say that to her on her wedding day. I don't understand it, but everybody kept saying to her, that is bad luck. You're gonna die young.
Wow.
In Romania, there are so many stories like this, but it's rarely seenable now. Rarely.
Yeah.
So put it this way. So you mentioned a lot so far, but do you have any like that really like completely terrify you? Like, what would you say is like the scariest like one that you could think of if you haven't told it
The
already?
one that happened to me was when my mom and my dad like baptized to go to church.
Okay.
So in the day that my mom and my dad baptized, I came home maybe 12 o'clock or 11 o'clock at night. I go lay in my bed. In my bed there was no in my bedroom there was no what's the name TV, no laptop, no TV, nothing whatsoever. I just close my eyes. I go to sleep. I open my eyes. Maybe I was sleeping. Maybe I was dreaming. I don't know what's up. And I heard what's the name?
Static.
The static from a TV. Right next to my head. Yeah, right
Okay.
next to my head. In my room was no TV, no nothing. So after that, I froze. I couldn't move. I couldn't move at all. I was trying to lift up my arm and I couldn't. I was like, somebody was holding me there.
Yeah.
So the next thing I did was say Our Father, blah, 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 in my mind, yeah? And I
Yeah.
did the cross with my tongue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I couldn't speak, I couldn't say enough. I was like, and I couldn't speak.
Mm-hmm.
I did that like 3-4 times, and after that I could move. But believe it or not, I raised my right and I reached around like to my head. I felt the TV. I pressed the button. I switch off the TV.
What?
I swear. I switch off the TV, and after that I wake up, and I was like sweaty. I was like shocked what happened. I looked around. There was no TV in the house. There was nothing. Yeah.
Yeah.
The next, I wake up. I go to my mom and I said to her. I said to her like it was a dream. I didn't say to her that I touched the TV. I just. So I asked her, what when you dream of TV with static, what is the meaning of that? She said to me that it's news.
Okay.
So
News of what though?
I don't know. News will come if you look online. Even they gonna say to you is something is gonna happen. You're gonna hear some news or something.
You know when you can't move, yeah? Like when you can't move, it means that a dead person is on top of you. That's why you
Yeah,
can't
something
move.
or a ghost or something.
Yeah.
Or a spirit.
Okay. So that's what you guys believe, because in America, from like a scientific term, what they call that is sleep paralysis. And I've had this before too, many times.
You know what
And
I think? You know what I think? Sorry for stopping you, but
No, go
all the
ahead.
people that are in homes that they think they're crazy,
They're
I
not.
think
They're
they're not.
possessed.
They
They're
are.
possessed.
It is something wrong with them.
Possessed, yeah, definitely. I don't
Interesting.
think, what's it called? You know when people get like, you know, what is it called?
No.
That illness that makes you go crazy. It's
Schizophrenia?
yes.
All right, go ahead.
They are
Yeah.
possessed. Schizophrenia doesn't exist. They are possessed. That I believe this 100%. Nobody's gonna change my mind.
If you look into horror movies, yeah,
Yeah, of course.
the same thing that if one guy is scared and he's going to say to somebody, "Look, I seen this, blah 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 blah," is the same thing that a schizophrenic guy is gonna say to you.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
No, it's true. That's like if you look at a lot of like, even if you look at a lot of the possession movies, the first thing they say, oh, well, we have to take them to a psychiatrist to get them analyzed to see if they have schizophrenia and all those things. And see, that's the crazy part.
But if it was an illness, yeah, and like obviously like the doctor gives you tablets, why doesn't the illness stop? If the tablets are supposed to help you, why are you still getting these episodes? For what reason? Do you understand me?
Of course I do.
It doesn't
It's
make
true.
any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense.
I think this is a good part of the show. We should take a moment to pause and tell the people to go to our store, right?
I think, yeah, now's about the time.
Do you think they know?
I don't think they know. How are they going to go to the store? They don't even know what we got. They don't know that we got shirts, we got mugs, we got hoodies, we got crew necks, we got stickers, and we got greeting cards.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff.
And prints too.
Yeah, I bet
Too
they
much.
like it.
I think they would like it.
I figure if they listen to this,
They probably would want
then
some
they
of the
would
merch.
probably want what we have on our website.
website.
So
Gotta head to deadscaredentertainment.com. That's deadscaredentertainment.com, because they'll forget this.
yeah.
We can
This
always
would
make
be-
a commercial
We
about
should
it.
make a commercial
We should make a
about
commercial about it.
it. But
Nah, this ain't gonna work.
yeah,
All right.
it's all right.
This is one of those things where, and I'm so glad that you guys are saying the things that you're saying, because the one thing that I wanted to really what I was hoping I was gonna get, and you guys have been delivering so far, is like these old school beliefs and understandings of how these things happen. Just the fact that you said that the reason why you don't see these like these crazy like supernatural evil things happening as much is because the world is too dirty. Like that's a first. Like a lot of people don't like. I always ask myself that, like, why don't we hear about zombies, werewolves, vampires, ghosts and different spirits, and like even like I'll say this, not necessarily like the witchcraft we talk about today, but like we talk about like that old world witchcraft, like the things that they used to do. You never hear about these things anymore, and now this is more or less from your perspective, hearing like the idea that the world is too dirty, and the fact that I'm guessing because it's too dirty, it's there's no reason for evil to exist as much as it used to.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the words of my grandma,
Yeah.
because my grandma's seen so many things.
There's evil. There's basically evil walking amongst us. It's people that are evil.
Yeah.
So we don't need you understand?
In the village,
Yeah.
there was we had a dog before, and like I said, we were staying like 3-4 months in that house, and after we moved, my brother
Yeah.
came outside to put the dog inside the house, and there was one man standing from far away. You were thinking he's one man, but when you get closer to it, he was like 2.5 meters tall or 3 meters. Yeah, with a big hat. Even if you ask my brother, or if you ask anybody from the village, they know this story.
Really?
They know it because that night, my brother was like putting the dog inside, and instead of the dog coming to my brother, he was barking to that entity or whatever the hell he was.
Yeah.
And that entity just kicked him, and the dog was like in the air for like 1-2 seconds. Yeah.
Wow.
And after that, my brother took the dog inside the house, and we stayed inside the house till the morning. And the next morning, everybody was saying that if you go in that village, there is a massive house there. I cannot say it's a house; it's a castle.
Yeah.
You've seen it
Where?
in my dad's village.
Okay.
The massive house.
Okay.
Yeah. That guy's son took the shotgun and he
Yeah.
was shooting inside the house because he was in his house.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
God.
everybody was talking about it.
But you know what?
So I think that one was a vampire or something like this.
Scary shit mostly happens in villages, doesn't it?
This is yeah.
Yeah.
But believe me, everybody, if you go in that village, they're gonna say to you about that guy.
So just so
that
then
guy used to shoot at him, and he would go through him and in the plates, in the everything.
wow. So this guy you said was like really tall, like 2 or 3
Yeah.
meters tall, and he had a large brim hat.
Yeah, black hat,
Do you know-
everything black.
Do you
Grim
know
Reaper?
that? Huh?
Grim Reaper?
No, this is they literally call this man the Shadow Man or the Hat Man. We see him too. Like he comes like this is like a thing.
I want
Like
to see him. Why don't I see stuff like that?
you know.
Everybody the next morning was shocked because that guy was shooting like a shotgun in the house. He was thinking he's killing his family,
Yeah,
but he wasn't.
he was trying to kill this thing.
Yeah.
This is really the truth. Like my sister, she's seen this Shadow Man in her room. This man that you're talking about. Like if you ever get a chance to listen to some of like the older episodes that we did, like I'll tell you which ones to listen to, because my sister gives her scary stories that she's had in this house, and then I do mine as well. Like we live in a haunted house. Like I mean, like in terms of, I always joke like this. I joke with everybody because the majority of the Roma here, they all move to newer houses and they're all in the suburbs and they're all like living like that very Americanized life. The house that I live in is at least over 120 years old. We're the oldest house on the block. This used to be farmland. Literally, the farm was here, and because of that, and we've been here for the past 50 years, my family's lived in this house. The things that we've seen and we've experienced, I always joked, I said, this is not a house. This is our little village, because all the Roma know that when they come here, they're going back in time. For some reason, it's just the truth. That's how old the house is, just the vibe in general.
We used to live in a haunted house. Our ex,
but don't even. Don't.
No, dude. Tell me. I want to know.
I even have video footage on my old phone.
So tell me, where was this
It was
house? What?
so haunted. So much.
Basically, there was nobody home, and I was watching a movie, a scary movie. I don't know.
Sure.
The Key is a season on Netflix. The Key, I don't know what. So I was watching that, and out of nowhere, the door opens and closes. I had nothing to do because I'm not scared about this. Yeah.
Yeah.
I took a chair just to clear my mind to make sure that it's true what I see. Yeah. I took a chair, I put it against the door, and the door still opened on its own. I have video footage.
Do you know what I saw in that house? So I was washing the dishes, and then
Yeah.
I seen a kid running from the stairs towards me in the kitchen with no face, and then running towards the exit door, and then just disappear.
Every morning when I used to wake up after sleeping, my back was hurting, my muscles was hurting, everything was hurting.
Tell him what was so you know, like people do it in the UK. So you know, like horseshoes, yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, they put them on top of the doors for good luck sometimes. But if it's the wrong way around,
This one was turned around.
if it's
It
the
becomes
wrong way
bad
around,
luck.
that means it's the place is haunted or something like this, and that is for protection.
So we had to move from the house. We didn't even take deposit. We didn't take nothing, but
We
had to
didn't
move.
even realize that the horseshoe was there. We only realized until like 5-6 months into living there. I swear, I never seen the horseshoe. I never
Wow.
seen it before.
It was crazy.
That's something.
crazy.
What part of the UK was this from? Or like, where-
Coventry.
Wow.
But from what I heard, Scotland and London is the most haunted places.
It is.
Well, I mean, you guys are talking about a city that's centuries and centuries old. What do you expect?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember when I was sleeping in that house and somebody kept like talking in my ear? And I was pushing you. I was like, why you keep talking? And you were sleeping. And I swear I heard somebody talking.
That house was horrible. But like I said, I'm not scared of these things. I am not scared of these things. But if you look into perspective, yeah, you need to think about your kids.
Yeah, you do.
Of course.
It's not
Of
about
course.
yourself. Because me, I can go in any haunted house and I don't care.
I get where you're coming from. I'm the same way too. It's just, yeah, it's about like you have to
I'm gonna give you an example, yeah, with my brother.
Go for it.
Even now, I can call him on the phone and he's gonna say to you the same thing that I'm gonna say. So he used to go clubbing, yeah. There was two friends of him and another one, and they used to come maybe 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, and out of nowhere the dogs are barking at his friend. And his friend says to my brother that his jacket is very heavy.
Okay.
He couldn't take the jacket off, and I don't know what happened. Yeah, there was a demon on him.
Oh, shit.
And they say, even now, if I call my brother, he's going to say the same thing. They say that all night, till the morning, till like it was like light outside.
Yeah.
My brother was walking him home. That guy was walking my brother home until the morning, so they don't go inside the house to bring a demon inside the house.
Wow. So wait, now hold on. You said so the jacket was heavy. Was the demon visible, or was it like?
No, it wasn't visible, but he was like, he said my jacket is like 30 kilo heavy, and I can't take it off.
So they waited. So he was walking until it disappeared.
No, he was walking until like the daylight came out, and they could go home.
Wow.
When this guy was getting to his house, the dog was barking like crazy to him. That's why they say keep an animal in the house. They know everything. They can see everything.
Especially cats. That's why this is one of the reasons I love cats, because they can see ghosts. They can see everything.
That's like my dog. Like, I'll give you guys a quick story. So my dog was about maybe a month old, and he didn't we got him. This was like maybe a couple days after we got him. And I was sleeping with him in the living room because he was still kind of like he was young. So like he needed to be comforted. So the way my house is situated is there's one big hallway that goes you could look all the way down the whole house, like the whole apartment. My dog, now to the end of that is the kitchen, and we have the fridge, right at the end of it. but it's hiding like by like you could walk around the fridge in a certain way. So essentially, my dog was sleeping in my lap, got up from nothing, and then ran over to like the hallway to look down the hallway into the kitchen, started barking. Now, mind you, a puppy about a month old would have like a small little bark, right? This was like, it sounded like a grown dog. Like this, like the bark that came from this dog was like mean. And then I'm thinking, well, what's wrong with this dog? So I go look because it's looking straight down the hallway. Like peeking behind the fridge was a man about 6 or 7 foot tall and just standing there, a shadow figure.
Oh my God.
And then he went to go behind the fridge and disappeared. I went to go see, like, because I'm thinking, what is this? And sure enough, yeah, he disappeared. Now that guy though, his like I call him Farmer Jack because he comes and he visits a lot in the house. I've been on client calls like how we're doing now. I've had like people say like they'll see like in the background or someone I have like when I don't have the background on, like they'll see past my door, they'll go, oh hey, tell your dad I said hi, or tell your grandfather I said hi, and I'm like, I'm the only one home, man. And they're like, and I'm like, oh, it's Farmer Jack, and then they'll look at me and they're like, I don't know if I even want to work with you anymore.
Yeah.
Like, damn, you're that spooky.
Is he nice or does he want to hurt you?
Neutral. He's just literally just like somebody who just is like going through the house. Never a negative energy, nothing like that. He's just a ghost. But we've had some pretty like scary happenings too. Like, and see, like, okay, here's a good question that I actually have for the both of you. So like our Roma, what we do is like, say God forbid there's like a negative energy in the house, we swear it out. We we tell it to get out, and we're screaming and shouting holy water, and then what we do is we get the broom, and in every corner of the room we go and we sweep it out, and we sweep it out the front door. Do you guys do that, or what do you do when it comes to like if you want to get rid of spirits?
I don't know how to say it in English, but we do it with what's the name? With thyme and agasma on it. The holy water from the church.
Okay.
We get a priest and he's gonna go in the corner.
So basically, he blesses the house.
Yeah.
Priest
Blesses the house.
We swear.
But not. I'm very sweet as well.
But you know what it is? My grandma kept visiting all the. Granddad kept visiting all the time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
When he was coming to me, I didn't mind. But you know what? I seen once. He was standing next to my son's cot. That's when I started swearing, and he never came back.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
I didn't want him to interact with my son. That I don't think that was him anymore. To be honest with you.
That's true, because a lot of times you can't necessarily tell a spirit when it gets to that point. But Veronika, go ahead.
So much. It wasn't him at the end. It wasn't him.
Got you. That makes sense. But
Yeah.
Alex, I heard your sort of like your scariest story. Veronika, what's yours? Like, what's something that like till today, like it freaks you out?
It was definitely when I was dreaming about my granddad, and then the next day my dad said that he died. That was definitely scary as shit for me. I mean, I do get scared, but it's not like, I don't know. I like it. I like the adrenaline. I
get it.
Scared.
I'm the same way.
I just remember now. When we was dating
Yeah.
with the car, that I seen the ghost in the bushes.
Yeah.
Bro.
Wait, tell me about this. The ghost of the bushes.
We were sitting next to the car, and where she used to live, there was like a forest with trees and everything. Yeah. So out of nowhere, I was hugging her, and when you hug her, your face is the other way around, And I see in the bushes a face looking at me. After that, raised up, he was tall as hell, and from nowhere, in split of a second, he was like from that side to like 5 meters away.
You scared the shit out of me.
Split of a second. I just pushed her away, get her in the car slowly, I start the car, I didn't say nothing, start the car, drive, and after when I drop her home the next day, I said to her, these things, man.
That was scary, wasn't it?
Wow. So I mean, the way I see it, then, and this is the way. Like I would say, like if you would ever tell,
it couldn't be a human being.
Yeah.
Like in a split of a second, in the bushes, you are from like 2 meters away to like 10 meters, 5 meters away on the other side.
That's something.
And before that, she said to me that somebody killed somebody in the forest.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. In that area, it was a lady that got killed there in the bushes.
There you go.
That's something.
Well,
now,
being together, that we always attract like scary shit and animals, innit? I don't know. It just comes to us. Animals, we always attract them.
Every week I get hedgehogs in my garden. I get so many things.
Lost kittens, injured birds, all the time.
Wow. Oh yeah, I think you made a couple videos about one of the birds. Yeah. So, but here's my question. So now in the new place that you're living at, do you still experience these kind of crazy things happening, or is it chill?
I think this house is evil.
Why?
Because since we moved into here, it's been.
You know, when you move in a house, you don't need. When you move from a house, there is never like arguing, never like bad moods, never like tiring. You understand what I'm saying? This house gives me that vibe.
It gives us that vibe, like tiring. I don't know how to say it as well, but I've been having crazy nightmares since we moved in here. Crazy ones and realistic, like demons, somebody dying in the family.
Because before we move in this house, an old lady died here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
Both of them died here, not just the old lady.
Both of them?
Yeah, the neighbor said, yeah.
Well, to be honest, I don't really mind it. It's not like the other house that is showing.
It's not that, yeah.
You understand?
It's just the vibe of the house is not nice. That's what it is.
Got you. I see what you mean. No, that's true. Like a lot of, shit. There's a reason. The movies do this when a house is just bad. When a house is just bad.
Yeah. But we used to live in a small flat, before, and we didn't have any problems like this.
In England, 90% of the houses are haunted.
Yeah.
90% are.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, England.
I just think if you experience these things, if you don't have the strong mindset,
then you're gonna go crazy.
100%. So I'm glad you said that, because I was actually going to ask you the question. So would you say, like, if you had to like warn somebody like about moving to the UK, would one of the things you would say is that a lot of these places are haunted? A lot of like the area is haunted, and I'm guessing your answer is yes.
Yeah,
in this case.
They are.
When I was small, like 15 years old or 16 years old, I had a Nokia phone, and we was in UK, and there was a house that basically burned down, and me and my friends was joking around, this house is haunted, because when a house burns down and you see the windows and stuff like this, you think it's haunted, and one of my friends took a picture with his phone, and I took a picture with my phone with a VGA camera. You know what I'm saying, because they have the infrared on them cameras is better than today's. So if you take a picture in the dark, I could see a shadow on the window, and nobody was there. And the next day we passed to next to that house, and guess what? We find a picture of the same person that was in my picture of the phone.
Yo.
Yeah.
Look
at my house.
I see. Yeah, you got goosebumps.
So,
gee, that's crazy. Damn.
Literally, the face on that phone was in that picture.
Is this the reason you're not scared of anything?
No, I'm not scared of anything. I know so many things.
I want to do what I want to do, but like we have kids, so I can't do that. And I want to go ghost hunting, but I can't because I'm scared I'm gonna break.
Like literally, I'm waking up 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning. I'm going outside. I'm drinking my coffee when it's pitch dark, pitch blackness outside.
He ain't scared of nothing.
You're like me, same thing. I've seen such crazy things. I've seen such terrifying things in my life. Ghosts, spirits, demons. Like I've seen it. So for me, it's like, go ahead, scare me, try, because I've seen it all at this point.
If you don't like show the spirit, or I don't know, if you don't show fear, they ain't gonna do shit to you.
Exactly.
If you show fear, then they'll fuck you up.
Oh, completely.
Well, if you dream bad, look at it this way, Go and watch some Freddy Krueger movies. In the Freddy Krueger movies, you can have everything in your dream. So
That's true. It's true. It's all about the mindset. It's all about how you think about these things, you know? So in terms of what we can be looking forward to seeing from the both of you, because I mean, you guys have done like learning how to speak Romanes. You've done like, you know, like obviously your Svodnik. You've done like even like the like your videos with like going to the doctors. I love those. Those are the funniest to me. I love those. They're hilarious. But like in terms of the type of stuff that you guys maybe would want to be doing in the future, what do you see yourselves creating in the future?
I don't want to say it. I don't want to spoil it.
That's fine.
I have got we have too much. But I don't want to spoil it. I'll just
worries.
say to the people just to wait, and great things are coming.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And that's awesome. That's awesome. So in that case, I know that you guys are primarily on TikTok, but just for the sake of the viewers or the listeners that necessarily don't know where to find your stuff, tell us where to find your stuff.
I'm on YouTube, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Snapchat, but I only recently did it. It was like a week ago that I did it. But I'm doing well on YouTube.
Great. So when we're looking for you, what are what's your tag? What's your usernames?
Same name as on TikTok. Same one. Exactly the same.
So what is that? So the people know.
Veronika Mirgova.
Got you. So as long as they look up Veronika Mirgova.
Yeah. My picture is there. So it's exactly the same as TikTok.
Thank you again to Veronika and Alex for joining us on Amaro Verda Darano. Be sure to check out their social platforms for hilarious social content. Speaking of social media, if you like this episode and want more spooky stories like these, give us a 5-star rating on whatever platform you listen from. But the Halloween fun doesn't stop here, folks. Be sure to check out Dead Scared Entertainment's TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube for your new favorite pals, Vic and the Bat Pack. Join Vic, Stanley, and Puff on adventures beyond your wildest dreams. It's the newest swinging cartoon you've been dying to sink your teeth into. Just look up Dead Scare Entertainment or Vic and the Bat Pack to join the gang. And now, we end this episode, wishing you a fun, safe, yet frightening Halloween. Along with a word from Esma Kalai.
Gia kormangav tuke baktalotrom, preko tunyaripe. Till then, I wish you safe travels through the darkness.
This broadcast of Verda Darano was brought to you by the talents of Pearson Raquel Horvath, creators of Dead Scared Entertainment, with the help of Piroshka Raj. You've been listening to a production from Dead Scared Entertainment, where terror is our tradition. Good night.